Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing on with our makeup basics series, and this might be the video I am most excited about because we are talking all about blush. I love blush, and you can do so many different things with blush. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. First up, very simple with brush. You normally have two different styles of blush brush. You'll have angled brushes and you'll have like rounder brushes. It doesn't really matter which one you use. If you have a small face, look for a smaller brush. If you have a larger face, go for a larger brush. Brush shape is really all about personal preference. I like to approach blush in a two-step method. I like to have a slightly more settled, subdued color all over the cheek. And then I like to have something a little bit brighter, maybe with a little bit more of a light reflect right on the front of the cheek to really play up the round of the cheek and create more of a jovial effect. And this is something that was really captured on by Charlotte Tilbury. She has her Swish and Pop blush duo. So you'll have the dark kind of all over shade, and then you will have this brighter shade in the middle to pop the cheekbone. This is Pillow Talk. This is really not the best example, but it's the first one I grabbed. I'm gonna be using two different blushes today. The first blush I'm gonna be using is from the brand Dear Dahlia. This is called the Paradise Petal Matte Blush in the shade Bare Coral. And I'm gonna use my all-time favorite blush brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe French Boutique Blush Brush number 4. And this is a very fluffy synthetic brush. It has an angled shape, and I don't really care about the shape. I like the size of the brush because it's so easy for me to use. So I like to just press my brush and pick up some product. Now, blush is something that, for me at least, is very easy to get heavy-handed with. So I like to tap off the excess. When I'm applying my blush, you can apply your blush in a few different methods. There is the kind of general apple of the cheek method. So you'll apply it kind of right through here. You can drape the blush. It really all depends on the look you're wanting to create. If you want to add more fullness to this part of the cheek, you can do this more draping effect, which almost goes from brow to apple. I like to add a little bit of lift and width to my face. I like to start right here, almost right at the temple is, and then start by gently tapping my brush. And looking straight ahead, I'll take it right to the outer edge of my pupil. And then I'll carry it over right into this outer corner of my forehead. And then once that's kind of distributed on, I'll use my brush and then whisk. Just really take the time to blend. And then whatever's left, I'll run right over here, right over here. Very similar to what you did with the nose and the chin when we applied bronzer. I like this placement because it's going to help lift my face, because as I'm getting older, gravity is making things move downward. So I want to lift it, but where I'm creating a wider placement, so my blush is going from here to here, from here to here. It's adding visual width. My face is longer than it is wide, so I want to add width here to create more of a visual balance to my face. And also, if you think about when you blush when you're embarrassed or you've taken a run and you've got this natural flush, our blush is never really just focused right to here. For a more natural effect, the blush generally kind of goes from here to here and almost like a little triangular shape right here, but it also extends through this area. So for me, with my first blush, I focus more on the broader placement. And this would work well for all skin tones, but if you applied bronzer, I strongly encourage you to try overlapping your bronzer with your blush. Bronzer is to mimic getting a sun-kissed tan effect. And if we think about what is a tan, which we're mimicking with bronzer, a tan is a damaged response from your skin's melanocytes trying to protect itself from UV damage. So where there's a tan, there's normally a little bit of a burn. Overlapping your bronzer with your blush will just give you more of this really kind of sun-kissed flushed effect. It's really, I love it. So we have that on. Now we're going to use our brighter shade. This is one I just cannot put down. This is one of the newer Clinique Chic Pop Pearls in the shade Garnet Pop. I'm going to be using my same brush. These blushes are a baked gelée, so they're a little bit stiffer, so you kind of have to work your brush into it. And I like to tap it off just to be safe. And then to create that natural pop, I like to go right under the pupil of my eye. So pop, pop, almost like this little triangular effect right through here. And then I'll swirl it back. And that just kind of creates more of a naturally flushed effect. And then again on this side, right under the eye, outer corner, and kind of like the middle point under them. So it's like a little triangle, and then buff and blend backwards. Now, it can, when you're layering blush like that, it can be very easy to get heavy-handed. I like to take the fluffy brush I use for powder and then just gently brush over. There we go. That is blush placement. Like I said, you can alter where you apply your blush, but blush is a very kind of simple thing. And then once you figure out the placement that gives you the effect that you want or just kind of fits your mood for the day, it is such a game-changing look for really pulling together your complexion look. But also just for me, it's great for just making everything just feel fresh and alive. So if you found this video enjoyable and helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend that you think might enjoy it. And I will see you all in the next video where we're talking all about eyeshadow. So I will see you all there. Bye, y'all.